What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today is going to be another player ratings video from the latest Arsenal game, which last night we drew 1-1 to Leicester City at home. And if I'm being honest, it wasn't the best result in terms of we needed a win. Realistically, we needed a win to try and continue our good form and just keep winning game by game, see if we can get Champions League. And I think the result last night kind of just stops any hope of that. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best result, although I'm still relatively positive about it. Like, if you had told me before the Wolves game, after both the Wolves and Leicester games, would you take 4 points from those two games, I would have definitely said yes. I thought it would be the other way around. I thought we would have drawn at Molineux and won against Leicester, but it was the other way around, which I'm totally fine with. That win against Wolves was absolutely brilliant. But, hey, somehow that's just how sometimes the cookie crumbles. Now, before I get into the player ratings video, I was going to do a separate video just talk about some of the controversies happening in the game, you know, the Eddie red card and the Vardy equaliser and whatever, but I thought I'd just talk about it before I go into player ratings in this video. And starting off with the Nketiah red card. Now, we had led through a really nice goal finished off by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, quite similar to the ones he scored against Leicester in home fixture last season. Not the second one, not our third goal, which was absolutely fantastic, more of the same with the second goal. It was a brilliant through ball by Danny Ceballos to Saka, who cut back on his very strongly weaker right foot, but still managed to square it across to Aubameyang, and he was never going to miss from there, was he? And it was a really nice goal, and that was midway through the second half, and we had started a bit shakily in this game against Leicester. We knew it was going to be a tough game, even with Leicester losing arguably their two best players in James Maddison and Ricardo Pereira. And are still a very decent side. Brendan Rodgers has them playing really, really well in a system that really works for them. And that's why they're doing so well in the league. You know, they've been in Champions League spots pretty much the entirety of this season, which I don't think many people expected, and fair play to them for that. And we were leading until I think it was like 75th minute mark, and it was clear that we were trying to just hold on, try and get them on the counter, which has been our plan in the last few games with Arteta. And if I'm being honest, I don't think it works. I think that's something Arteta needs to work on, because in the last few games it's been evident that we've been starting second half slowly. You know, it happened against Southampton, it happened against Sheffield United, it happened against Wolves, and it happened again against Leicester. However, in those 3 games before last night, we got away with it, and then in the Southampton and the Wolves games, we managed to nick an extra goal near the end and get a 2-0 win. And in the Sheffield United game, we managed to go up the other end after they scored a late equaliser and get a last-minute winner. However, we weren't to be as lucky against Leicester, because in around 75th minute, Nketiah got sent off after being brought on only about 3 minutes late after coming onto the pitch to replace Alex Lacazette. And if I'm being honest, I still don't know whether it's a red card. And I've got a lot of thoughts about this, which I thought I'd talk about in this video. First of all, VAR, right? So, it happened with the Aubameyang red card against Crystal Palace, and I'm not saying that wasn't a red card. That definitely was a red card, by the way. But they need to sort out what angles they look at and how they look at and just come across it on decision. Because if you're gonna look at VAR for a red card offence, no matter how bad the challenge is, if you watch it in slow motion, it will always make it look worse. And I think if they don't look at that Nketiah challenge in slow motion, I don't think that gets red card. Just because they looked in slow motion, saw, and it just always looks worse. And I think that was a major factor to Eddie being sent off. And moving on to that, I personally wouldn't have any problem if it was a red card if Vardy had also got sent off. If you didn't watch the game, let me fill you in. Later on in the second half, Vardy and Mustafi go for the ball. Mustafi brilliantly wins it back. And Vardy, when turns, I'm not sure whether it was accidental or not, but catches Mustafi in the face. And the thing which confuses me the most about that incident is the fact that I don't think VAR even checked it. I'm not sure whether the commentators picked up on it or not, but for me, that Vardy challenge definitely should be a red card. They said Nketiah was for serious foul play. That's more serious. He's kicked him in the face, and for me, it doesn't make sense. But moving on to the other talking point was the Vardy equaliser after that Nketiah sent off. So Vardy equalised for Leicester in about the 85th minute, and for me, like I just said, he shouldn't have even been on the pitch anyway to score that. Not only that, but it looked to be just marginally offside, and it took VAR about 5 minutes to check, and it was whatever. Anyway, let's just move on straight into the player ratings, and on a bit more positive note, because I actually thought there was a lot of very good performances in there. I thought overall it was a very decent performance by Arsenal, and starting off in goal as usual right now is Emi Martinez, and I'm saying the same thing every day, after every game. We're not missing Berliner at all, and again, it was another solid performance from Martinez tonight. Gonna give him a 7. Didn't have a whole lot to do, but made a few decent saves. Made one decent one from Yacho going down to his left. So fair play there. Right wing back, we're again playing the 3-4. I think was it the 3. We're playing three at the back, 3 centre backs and wing backs, basically. And the right wing back was Hector Bellerin, player who's come under quite a lot of criticism recently. He really needed a decent performance to get the fans back on his side. And if I'm being honest, I thought he did just that last night. I thought it was a very decent performance from Hector. Put in one brilliant cross in the first half to Lacazette, who really should have scored. And yes, a lot of the blame for the draw can go on VAR and the refs, but I think some of it should also go on us, because we definitely should have killed the game off in the first half. The Lacazette header was a good example of a chance we missed where we really should be putting away. But yeah, it was brilliant cross from Bellerin, so I'm going to give Bellerin a 7 as well. Starting off with the 3 centre backs, we are starting with, it's basically the same 3 which we've been playing recently. And the first one was Squadron Mustafi, a really, really good performance from Mustafi. Battled through, including getting kicked in the face by Vardy. Very good performance from Mustafi. I thought, again, we're going to make it a hat-trick of 7s to start off with. And then, you know what, 4 7s now with David Luiz, who, in my opinion, will also be getting a 7. Very decent performance from David Luiz, again, like I said, after the Wolves game, he looked so much more comfortable in a free-back. Very decent performance from Luiz again. Kolasinac, again, I'm not really sure on him in the 3 centre-backs. If we are going to continue this formation, I'd like to see maybe Saliba there, or if we are to sign someone like Upamecano in that slot, because he was okay, Kolasinac, but it's clear that he doesn't really suit that role. I'm going to give him a 6, it wasn't bad. Kieran Tierney was my man of the match, going in the left wing back, absolutely brilliant from Kieran again. What a player we've got in our hands, very consistent, as usual. We just need to keep him fit. If we can keep this guy fit, we'll have one of the best left backs in the Premier League in a few years. Fantastic performance from Tierney. I'm going to give him a 9. He was definitely my man of the match. Although, coming close could be the first midfielder I'm going to mention in Danny Ceballos. Absolutely fantastic performance from Danny the last few weeks. He's been really good. Maybe it's because he's playing for a move away to another club, or it's because he's trying to convince Arteta he wants to stay here. Who knows? But if I'm being honest, I don't really see him getting into Real Madrid's midfield next season. And if he continue playing like he did against Leicester, I wouldn't be against getting him on another loan. I wouldn't really get him on a permanent loan, because if we are going to sign Thomas Partey, who will cost around 45 million itself, Real Madrid realistically are going to want around 40 million for Ceballos as well, and I don't think that would be worth it. But if Ceballos and Madrid are willing for another loan, I'm all for it. Very good performance from Ceballos. I'm giving him 8. Partnering him in midfield was Granit Xhaka. Again, very decent performance. We don't lose when we've got this guy in the team right now. I don't think we've lost a game where he started and played out the full game. I'm not counting the City one because he came off, but since Arteta's came over, every game Xhaka's started, I think we haven't lost. Shows how important he is to the team. Say it every time. Good performance from Xhaka again. Not as brilliant as he was against Wolves, but very decent from Xhaka. Another 7 for me. Starting off with the attack was Aubameyang. Really didn't have much to do. He only had one really good chance for him the whole game, and he took it. Can't really go wrong there. Okay performance from Aubameyang. He did. At some points he was quite quiet, but like I said, only really had one chance and he took it really well. So could give Aubameyang a 7 as well. Lacazette is a weird one, because I thought his hold up and link up play, especially in the first half, was absolutely fantastic. But he had 2 chances he probably should have buried. Number 1, fair play to Kasper Schmeichel, fantastic save. Second one, he's got to be putting that header away at the back post. So it's a weird one with Lacazette. I'm going to give him a 6, but he could easily be a 7 or an 8 if he had scored, because I thought his link up and hold up play was absolutely fantastic. I would have kept him on. I wouldn't have brought off Eddie anyway. And I mean, it just furthers my point, obviously, what happened. But decent performance from Lacazette, but he should have got a goal, really. And finishing off was Bukayo Saka, the golden boy himself. Decent performance from him again. Again, he doesn't suit playing right wing. We saw against Wolves, although it was kind of overshadowed by the fact that he got a goal. But if I'm being honest, I didn't think he played brilliantly against Wolves. He didn't play brilliantly again today, but got an assist for a goal. Can't really go wrong. I'm going to give Saka a 7. Did cause Soyuncu, who's been a brilliant player for Leicester this season, quite a few problems as well. And moving on to the subs, we're going to go starting off with Eddie Nketiah. I'm not even going to rate. I don't think there's any point in rating him. I don't think he even touched the ball apart from getting sent off. So we're going to go move, of course, on Eddie. And Joe Willett came on. If I'm being honest, didn't really impact the game much. I think, you know what? I'm just going to say all our subs get a 5 because none of them really had any impact on the game because a lot of our subs were after sending off. And we at that point, we were kind of like, look, let's just get out of here with a draw and make sure Leicester don't get a second. So we're going to give all our subs a 5. And we're going to move on to rating Arteta. I thought Arteta, I want to say his substitutions worked, but then again, I don't think they did. But I think it's mainly down to the red card and him having to change how he played. I liked the team lineup. I would have started Pepe though, but I think he's just making sure he's fully fit for the North London Derby on Sunday, which I'll have a preview video out in a few days before that because I want to do a full preview. Now, obviously, it's North London Derby. Like, I can't just not do a preview. So I'm going to be doing a preview for that and like a predicted lineup and stuff. So Arteta, I think, was okay. Again, you got he's the youngest manager in the league. He'll keep learning game after game. His game management will keep improving. But for me, I'm going to give him a 6 for today. It wasn't brilliant. It wasn't terrible. I think that kind of just summed up our entire performance last night. But guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Next time, obviously, in a few days, I'll have my North London Derby preview. Then after that, I'll have the player ratings straight after kickoff. Whether I'll be really happy, kind of not disappointed, or not happy because we've drawn, or pretty gutted because we have lost. But only time will tell. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe. See you guys later in the next one. Peace out.